Hi. Be cool if I didn't mute myself. Actually, I had to close my door. All ready to go and everything. Oh my god, you guys. I've never had hay fever like this in my life. My eyes hurt. I'm trying to force myself not to rub them, touch them. I'm dying. Whole cold compress thing. All I have is cold bath tap water and disposable washcloths, which I'm very quickly running out of. That are like a small comfort briefly and then nothing. I'm like, please. I don't even care about sneezing. No, in the beginning I complained about the sneezing, I'm sneezing too much. I'm just like just sneezing. It's allergy season right now. Um, it's like sneezing bad. The sneezing is so bad. Then the eyes started itching, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Watering, uncontrollably itching, irritating. Like, why are you doing this to me? I can't wear makeup. Like, I can't wear, like, eye makeup. I can't wear anything. I'm just gonna rub it right the fuck off, and that's irritated more. I'm dying. I am dying. I'm going to the apothecary to see about what they would recommend using. I did read that taking oral antihistamines does not help. It just helps with the sneezing, which frankly I could live with the sneezing. It's not that bad. It's fine. Um, my issue with the fucking eyes. Um, this is a new place. It's literally a new continent, new allergens all over again. So I know that it's for me when I've moved continents. The first year or so I've always had some allergies. Usually not too many. Now I'm having a lot because it's the first time I've like moved back really, really green place after a long time of not being around that stuff at all, being in the desert. So I know that it's hitting me much harder. Plus, I have much less immune system. So more autoimmune disease active. So there's that. I help everybody. Today I'm really excited about this thing. Ooh, look at that perspective. That's fun. Really I will bitch about my allergies continuously because this is my house and I can do what I want. And also it's giving me a headache, so we're gonna deal with this. This one's the one that I've been looking forward to because it's lesson 4. That was called. I didn't know that I was gonna open it correctly. Look at this warm up and free drawing. These exercises I give you for a very personal pencil lines on paper. You will try out the line styles of master artists and experiment with your own mark. But slow your personal style in the course of using this workbook. It comes from your history, your personality, your cultural background, and all the factors that make up you. You cannot plan style or tell it, but you can watch for its emergence. See page 10 for an illustration of style differences on page 10. So it's page 11 of the workbook, line styles. In format, 1, make a very fast Matisse. In format 2, make a fast Delacroix. In format 3, make a medium slow Van Gogh. In format 4, make a very slow Ben. In format 5, make your own marks. Some fast, some slow, sign and date your drawings. Let's check out what we've got here. So technically you're allowed to do them in the book. I haven't been drawing in the book. A little pad of paper. So we're going to place that in there. We're going to, that's not the drawing end of a pencil. Art lesson number 1. This is the with, and this just, I'm going to make myself a little slicker in there. What? That's what we're to be. And this big one, okay. Shit. What were you saying? Let's see what they've got here. So this is the book. So it says this is like a Matisse. These are Matisse marks. This is a Van Gogh grove of cypresses. Van Gogh marks. Jean Delacroix, Dutéprat, et de James. I don't know how to say that in French. Delacroix marks and Vincent. The drawing of Oppenheimer, actually. And those are his marks. So it says mark. We're supposed to make marks. Okie dokie. If that's what out, my fucker. So we're supposed to do marks. Freeze. Okay, well shit. It says Matisse marks are really fast, so let's write that down. Matisse. They got the order wrong, but okay. Van Gogh. And Shun. Okay. Woo! How's everybody feeling, by the way? Oops, I forgot to share, by the way, online the picture. Weeks. Just gonna pop that on Twitter real quick. All right, posted. God, my head hurts. Okay, let's see. It's so funny the hesitation that I notice in myself before starting these exercises, because I'm like, what if I do it wrong? And it's like, fuck you mean do it wrong? They're marks. You know what? We're going for it. Okay. And it's just like, should I try to recreate it? It's like, no. He makes very heavy quick lines, so we're gonna make some very heavy quick lines. Oh, he doesn't seem to go back and forth too much. He tends to do stuff like this. Well, this is really something you gotta practice to get like fucking precision in. I can already tell. Because like this is, I don't know, this is very different from the way that I would normally do something. And then he has like a lot of lines that are like this. And then okay. Nothing's really coming out of it yet. I just want to just make some marks. This is not my style of drawing, by the way. This is very much, I'm not a fast, I mean, I'm a fast artist. It's just that when it comes to like this is not how I normally ever make lines, because that shit hurts. It hurts a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It's my whole body tenses up. Lord have mercy. What does it say? It says to do, I think, to the claw next. Yeah. Okay. Well, you got your shit backwards, lady. But okay. So let's make some Didacqua marks. Okay. Let's make some Didacqua marks. Now these are like, does it say medium slow or what? Medium fast. Okay, fuck me. Fast. Medium fast feels almost a little bit more like we're sculpting out the way something could look. He doesn't have a lot of overlap. Medium fast, not fast. Also, if you guys have sure thing, enjoy your breakfast and enjoy lurking. Ow, motherfucker, son of a bitch. Ouch. That was me. That was my bad. I always fucking hit the desk with my knees. Medium fast lines. I mean, I see you can shape a lot with these medium fast lines. This is a lot closer to how I would be. Hi, Cassie. Hi. We're doing this is the warm-up free drawing exercise where it makes you mimic the line weights of different artists. I'm good. I have really bad hay fever for the first time in my life. My eyes are killing me. Tomorrow, it's a national holiday here, so all the stores and the apothecaries and stuff are closed. But tomorrow morning, I'll be going to the apothecary and asking them if they have antihistamine eye drops, or if they would recommend something else. Because I'm in pain. I'm in hell. It's just very itchy, and I'm not very good apparently at keeping my hands to myself. I never touch my face as much as I've touched my face in the last 48 hours because my eyes have just been like, but I'm making it worse, and I know I'm making it worse by touching it. So I'm got one of my hands between my legs, just like smacked in there. And the other hand has a nice little pencil. Hi. Also, I really like this summery nail polish. It's become my new fave. I really like the color. It's okay. How are you doing? All right, so we've got to do the what? Van Gogh? Okay, Van Gogh next. The fuck is... you can't mimic Van Gogh. Like, Van Gogh, whatever. Gogh. Somebody at school was like, oh, you need to take a new language? Why don't you take Dutch? The fuck I look like taking Dutch? Why would I take Dutch? Why the fuck would I take Dutch? Dutch. 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 I spent my lifetime saying that Dutch sounds like English and German got really, really drunk one night and had a baby neither of them wants to own up to. Dutch? I won't even go to their country. The fuck I'm gonna speak their fucking language. Insane. Anyway, I'm gonna learn Arabic. I already took Arabic classes in high school, but they don't count towards college credit, so it technically counts as if I've never had Arabic classes before, so I'm still allowed to take it. So I will be taking Arabic because it simply makes more sense and it's a beautiful language. And it's a language I would actually care to know at least a piece of. The writing system is really beautiful. I used to be able to write the writing system fluently, but that was 10 years ago. I have recently realized, almost. How old am I? Yeah, it's 9 years. It's been 9 years since I graduated high school and did that class. Wilson, it's like a so semester. Um, Well, see, also, I mean, hey, maybe there's another language out there that somehow maybe does speak to me more. But the only other languages that I saw available were Dutch, absolutely the fuck not. Um, Spanish, which I'm already fully certified in, not allowed to take because I already speak Spanish. Um, and was it Chinese, like Mandarin? And I was like, respectfully, that's not happening. I've attempted bits before. Extremely bad at the pronunciation, and I find that system a lot more difficult to work within than Arabic, which I've done before, and I did not find super, super difficult. So I was like, you know what? Arabic it is. I kind of thought maybe I can cheat and do Portuguese because it's basically Spanish, and I do understand and speak a bit of Portuguese because I speak Spanish. Um, but they don't offer Portuguese at my school, so I can't do that. All right. I don't know. I don't know what to do with these. He's effortless. I what I wanted I ordered online. Well, we're trying. We're supposed to give everything a nice, lovely try. This is just a circle now. That's not what I was supposed to do. That's okay. We're gonna go. We're gonna do some. He goes really slow, so maybe I should be slowing it down. Yeah, it looks a little bit swoopier, a little bit better than what I was doing before. I do really like there was this challenge that I had done back when I was streaming on the other unnamed platform that I don't think I'm allowed to name here. They don't exist anymore anyway, it doesn't matter. But like I when I streamed a lot of like art and stuff there, I did a stream where I picked out art from artists like online that I liked with a style that was very different from my own, and I was like, okay, let's try to draw in their style. Let's try to do it as well as I can. And that created some of like the most fun little pieces that I've ever made. And I would really like to do something like that again. So maybe in between these lessons, I will start trying to collect some more of those so that we can do those together. I also thought it would be a cool way to highlight, some really cool artists. Now I've just made a lot of swirls. I don't really know if that's how I was supposed to be doing that. Well, we're just gonna try to do what we can. The cool thing about art is there is no real wrong, which is not what art school people will tell you. They will tell you that there is a wrong, but here's the thing about art school people is that a lot of them are pricks. So you don't have to listen to them. My rule is if your parents paid for everything you've ever wanted in your life, you're very blessed, and I hope you appreciate it. I'm not going to listen to you. All right, Ben Sean. Now what the fuck is this? What? Okay, what's it say? What's it say? Benshan very slow marks. These are Benshan. These are just squiggles. All right. If that's what it says, that's what it says. We make squiggles. One line, another line. Maybe some extra line here. Just making lines. Seeing what happens. It still doesn't really look very funny. What is that even supposed to be? I wish I see that. I just wish they had more explanations in this shit. I'm just making lines. It's supposed to probably go slower. Let's go slower. are cute. Wait, you can't see them. Look at, that's kind of cute. Little squiggles. We're here for squiggles. I'm a little antsy about this last one because I'm like, I don't know what to draw. Because it says in Format 5, make your own marks. What do you mean your own marks? Fucking, what is that? Do I just draw something? Draw whatever I want? What's the next one? So next week I'm dreading. So maybe in between to build up momentum for that week. If you guys have artists that you really like the way that they draw or paint, you can send me their stuff on Twitter as well, or into the Discord if you're on the Discord, and I will collect them, and then maybe I can try to do some doing their style stuff. I don't have all of my equipment right now, but I have markers. It says you can use markers. I might switch to markers because my marks don't use pencil. You know, I won't use this as much, although this is what I use in a lot of my art because I'm already very irritated in my sinus area and I already have a headache and I have a tendency of overdoing it with this and giving myself like the migraine of my life. Be very careful when you make art with permanent marker. Please do it in a well-ventilated area. Do not be like me. But I've got some crayon-y stuff too. I have a lot of pencils. There's my motherfucking charger. I've been looking for this son of a bitch for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And you know why? Because I accidentally put it in my art drawer, as I just noticed, and not in my electronics drawer, because I have a drawer for all of my electronics, because I like everything to have a home, because I love Marie Kondo, and I would actually fight a real human being in her defense, because she's lovely and wonderful, and I'm pretty sure she's autistic, and we have to stand. But we have to stand because she's very cool, she's done very nice things, she seems like a very empathetic, loving person. Anyway, I like everything in my house to have a home. It relieves a lot of stress on myself. And it's, I've been needing this because there's some days of university really long time my fucking phone dies and it makes me really anxious and it makes it hard for me to focus my last hours because I'm very anxious when I'm out. And this is a very great way to make sure that I don't feel anxious about that because this has like 2 days worth of charges in it when it's charged. The next cool mystery, if I could make the charger for it, would also be cool. But I also have like the potential for some very basic watercolors with a little water brush. Watercolor paintbrush. Where's the motherfucking head for that? You know what? Doesn't matter. I don't need that right now. What I do need right now is these. Because it's time for me to make my lines and my marks. And I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing like I do in school and just see what happens. I will not lie. I'm always a fan of a heart. It is, after all, I don't know if this is going to be a shock to you guys, but I really love hearts. And I love red and pink and white. And I love Valentine's Day like a lot. I did an interview yesterday. I don't actually know if I'm allowed to talk about what it was, so I will stay quiet still. You will see it next week when it comes out. It was a very lovely fucking time. Very, very lovely. And before that, we were talking, I think, about Valentine's Day, and I mentioned that I also very much love Valentine's Day, and that I actually loved it so much that I've made my birthday second Valentine's Day. I just kind of prefer it to the concept of a birthday, which obviously the fact that I prefer it is because I have some trauma around my birthday, and the only way that I've been able to celebrating myself is if I just kind of frame it different. I like Valentine's Day better anyway, and it's my birthday, so I feel like I should be allowed to do whatever I want to celebrate it. What I want to do to celebrate it is make it Valentine's Day. Everybody's been very supportive of that. My girlfriend has, without fail, referred to my birthday as second Valentine's Day the entire time, which is very sweet of her. And we're very, very excited about it. I don't get to celebrate much on my actual birthday is Tuesday, and I have school until like 6 p.m. And the day after that, I have a presentation, so I'm very busy. But we will have our normal streams that week. I will make them more maybe themed, second Valentine's Day themed. We'll see what I do. And then apart from that, I will be having, hopefully, on Thursday or Wednesday, because like Thursday we normally do the art stream, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna replace that, do an extra one or something else, but I want to do a little just chatting cute stream to kind of also make up for the lack of Valentine's Day stream this past year because I was sick. So let us all hope and pray that I get a chance to bust out my cute little Valentine's Day outfit. Anyway, these are my lines. This is what I like to do. Color shit the fuck in. I make very. I like that. I like to. I guess if I will shade, I do it kind of. I do a lot of the cross hatchiness. If I'm trying to shade something. I don't know. Let's do a little cube. How do I draw cubes? Once you have to I don't know, think about how you do stuff, you're just like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. You're suddenly questioning everything. How do I draw cubes? Do I draw them like this? Am I drawing them correctly? Is this how I draw them? Am I doing it correctly? No, I know for a fact that didn't line the fuck up at all. My art teacher is screaming at me right now. I can hear her in my brain because none of my corners line up because I didn't use a ruler. But also, how many times do you fucking draw a box, you know? Welcome back. What's for breakfast this morning? Heyo. I'm gonna make dinner after this. For making couscous with butter chicken sauce. Sometimes I put a fresh avocado in there if I have one. I don't have one right now, and I'm very sad about it. But yes, we're gonna have some nice gluten-free couscous, sausage, eggs, and rice. Oh, nice. I do love a rice breakfast. I just think it's like supreme breakfast. I do also really love a breakfast burrito. I used to really love a breakfast burrito. Ah, it just smells so good. It is so good. It's so soft. It had excellent textures. I'm much more of a texture-based person. You know what? Why don't we draw an egg? There's a little fried egg for you there. Let me put it on a plate for you. We're not raised by wolves. You have a nice little egg on a plate. Make that plate a little nicer. Maybe fantasy world. There's putting some trim on the plate in case it wasn't clear. There's a plate. There's an egg. Here you go. Draw a little. Oops, that was too close. Draw a little bowl. Put some rice in that bowl. It's very tiny, but here is some egg and rice. How do I make lines? I mean, I don't know. It depends. It depends on what I'm drawing. I'll stick with the red while I'm drawing an eye because I have hay fever and I'm in hell. And I feel this is accurate. Okay, I don't know what is going on with me. Come on, let's do this. Let's do this. We know how to do this. Come on. Like anybody who has ever been an artist, of course, drawing eyes when I was a teenager. Why wouldn't I be? What I always struggle with is the fucking lash line, the tear duct line, because I usually use quite thick markers. But there we go. Got a little bit of something going on there. Make that a little bit heavier. The swoopty boops there. I guess that's the direction we're looking in. And we're gonna whoop. Eye. Boom. I've always struggled with lashes. Eye. That's how it feels currently, anyway. Well, actually, this is a lot more how it feels. That is how it feels. It literally looks fine. If I don't bother it, then an hour or two, it goes to just being kind of sore. And the reason it's kind of sore is because I fucking bothered it so much, which is entirely my fault. So, hoping that I can behave, and that tomorrow I get the nice, much needed. I also think I have a headache from the sinus pressure. It rained like fuck today, by the way, so it was like coming down. It almost started hailing. I was like, what? Like we had a few individual hail and it like stopped. Oh, because I was literally looking and I was like, wow, it's so nice. It's so like through like a summer shower, and I was like, sometimes it's nice to be in a summer shower. And as I was thinking about like going outside for a second to feel the rain on my skin, really, let it in. It started to hail a little bit, and I was like, never mind. No, thank you. I don't want to be pelted with ice. Actually, I'm good. Um, oh no, I hope your sniffles get better. It's just hay fever for me, and I know it is. And I just have to like keep telling myself that it's just hay fever because I have some wonderful hypochondria OCD. So I get very anxious very easily about possibly having God knows what be wrong with me. Even if it were even fine, even if it was wrong with me, because I'd be able to, do something about it. Also, initially this was going to be an apple, but now I think it's a bell pepper. I think this particular drawing is turning out to be a bell pepper. We're just gonna see how do I make lines? How would I color this? So I guess yeah, I can do the cross hatching thing because I think it looks cute. I do that, huh? Yeah, I've also been sneezing like a motherfucker. Um, to my VODs for my interesting stories. Sometimes all we talk about is my allergies. Yeah, a nice teeny weeny bell pepper. Trying to make a little cityscape. There's an, I don't know, little fucking skyline. With some tiny little windows. There we have a nice little skinny city. Got some street, some apparently very shit concrete going on here. C'est la vie. Sometimes that is simply how it goes. And yes, happy about the new game right now. Ooh, it's exciting. Ow. Um, I think about that home game so much in between. It was so fun. It was so fun. It was so like fun to explore. And that was the first time I did a character that had he him pronouns. So I was like, this is cool. This is a lot. Doing some blue in that red because I'm supporting one of the main events of this month, the release of Across the Universe. And because of issues QBQ. Ooh, that sucks. Yeah, sometimes that is how it is. We're adding a little decor to the bowl. Put a little heart in that little eye. Little scribbly one. We'll add a little bit of the sky. Little bit of a squiggly little nighttime situation here for this little skyline. I guess this is how I make squiggly lines, is I tend to make one continuous one and I like space it out as I need to. Got these are some Patoot squiggles. We've got some Matisse and some Van Gogh and some Benchon, and we've got some Delacroix, and then we have some Patoot. These are some Patoot squiggles. I'm proud of them. I like the Patoot. Focus, bitch. Focus. I like the Patoot squiggles. I think they look nice. I tend to, my whole, like, thank you. My whole notes and stuff at school, like the annotations are always full of these little hearts because they're just so easy and quick to doodle, and I like making them more than any other shape. So I always try to like make nice, cute little hearts. Sooner rather than later, because I just start doing them. It's like a nice quiet little stim for when I'm in class and I can't really do anything else. I think I just like to make these little hearts everywhere. I do them all over the place. I used to do them in my friends' notebooks in school. If they were close, to, like sitting close, I'd like lean over and just do it. My friends did that to me too. With like the stuff that they like to doodle. Yeah, we put a little heart in the box. Put a nice little heart in this box also. You can even do some squiggles to give her some dimension. Boom, heart in box. I also doodle. Yeah, I mean you also if I have to sit quietly and still, unmedicated, when we're talking, I will not observe I will not absorb a single word of what he is saying. I will literally just sit there being like, I don't know what he's saying. I can't even hear him. I don't know. All I can think about is I'm not moving. I'm not doing anything. 1 second. Come on. That was only a half sneeze. I'm in hell. Say lovey. Say lovey, so it goes. I like our little cityscape. I like that it looks like the cityscape is possibly being threatened by the appearance of a giant, thank you, of a giant bell pepper floating in the sky. Let's give the giant bell pepper, let's give it some nice radiance. Let's make that really what's happening here. We're going to go between, because I don't want to overlap them because it's supposed to look like it's really glowing independently of anything. So I'm going to go between all of these little squiggles that are there so that there's no color overlapping and it really is just some nice, pure, straight up gold. So that it's literally piercing the night sky. Slowly descending, yep. So we've got, okay, hello, focus. Focus. Are we focused? We are almost focused. There, almost. Swear to God, this motherfucker. There we go. I wasn't at the right angle. So we went with the orange in between where the, come on, bitch. Don't make me smack you. ASMR, Patu slowly abuses their camera. We're just gonna go all in and then zoom out slightly. No, all in. Come on, bitch. Oh, this works, really, bitch? Okay, look. There we go. By going in between, it kind of like keeps it from getting muddy and muddled and like kind of shows that it's like independent. I like how that turned out actually a lot. I think that that's cool. Anyway, the pepper is slowly descending on what city is that? New York's going through enough right now. I don't think we need to punish it any further. Fuck London. That's London. No offense. I'm Mexican. I'm allowed to say this. This is London. Go with me. This is London, and London is being slowly invaded upon by this floating red bell pepper that is glowing in the sky, and it is hovering. And what it wants, you don't know. None of us know, but it is there. It wants. Sounds like a Welcome to Night Vale episode. Let's ask the pepper what it wants. Let's ask the pepper what it wants. Well, our voice isn't red. The pepper's voice is red. What do you want? I'm gonna put a little person here. We're giving them arms. And he's asking this question. What do you want? What does the pepper want? What do we think? What does the pepper want? I don't personally like bell peppers that much. I can have them if they're like well roasted. What a giant raw red bell pepper that's glowing and sentient apparently now. Want. Many things. I know what I want. We have asked and it has spoken. He asked. He's very brave. He's very small. He said, "What do you want?" And the giant bell pepper above London has spoken. It wants dinner. That's what it wants. I mean, who are we to deny it? Let me draw it some dinner. I don't know what it wants. Draw you a little chicken. First, very similar to the shape of a bell pepper, and then you add its little leggies and little arms. And you give it the little pokies that it has all over. Maybe this is some seasoning of some kind, maybe some lemon zest, maybe some lemon pepper. Yeah. Put the straw that can give it a nice bag. Put a little to go bell pepper. In a little block bag I've ever seen. To the that's what happens to someone when they have a bunch of chrysanthemums over. Okay. And then that it's going to save. So let's add its divinity. Make really silly comics in case anybody was a lot actually. Every time something funny or embarrassing happened to me, I didn't make them and listen. And I guess if you had to say style for would be it. I made clock what the fuck it is I'm talking about. A little bit style developed. With the I heard a giant bell pepper threatening London chicken dinner, and it said thank you. So I think that we've saved London today. Which is certainly not what anybody expects to do in an art stream. Hi, they are. We were supposed to be practicing line work and then developing our own style, so we did the line exercises that were in there, and then it said to do our own thing, and I was like, this is what I doodle. Made a little cityscape, made a little bell pepper, made a little story. We have a brave little soul down here who asked the bell pepper what it wanted, and it said dinner. And they said, okay, here you go. We made it a giant chicken in a giant bag. And it said thank you. And I think that it's going to take the chicken and enjoy itself. I don't know the logistics of a giant raw red bell pepper floating in the sky and glowing, of eating a giant lemon pepper chicken. But, you know, that's none of my business, really, how it consumes its its dinner. I'm just happy that this is the turn that it took and that London wasn't its dinner, I suppose. Although if it were, I guess I would only be bothered because Jack lives there, and I would really hate for Jack to be eaten by a giant red bell pepper. I feel like Drac would be allowed to live under the. Maybe this is Drac. We don't know that. We don't know. Well, Drac would certainly be brave enough to ask the bell pepper what it wanted. So maybe that was Drac. Thank you, Drac, for guesting in the stream, and for saving London by offering a giant bell pepper, a giant lemon pepper chicken dinner. The chicken looks a little bit like it's ready to dance. Like it looks a little bit like it's like it's waiting. Like it's waiting for you to open the bag, so it's like, hello my honey, hello my baby. I used to love that cartoon with the fucking frog. I think was it from Tom and Jerry still, or was that like a solo cartoon where it was like that frog that like when you looked at it, it was like ribbit, and when you looked away, it like put on like a top hat and a coat, and it started singing and like dancing. I watched that about a fucking million times when I was younger. I don't even remember where. I just watched it over and over and over. I thought it was so funny. Oh. He's such a cutie. A little dancing frog. I love it. I love the little dancing frog. It might have been Looney Tunes. I cannot believe that. Okay. Bullying! It was the Looney part of Looney Tunes. Interesting. I honestly have not heard anybody use that word not in context of the cartoons for so long that I was like, Twitch, what are you doing? And then I was like, oh God, that's right. I forgot that is a word people used to use more commonly like that. I don't think anybody says it anymore. Apparently his name is Michigan J. Frog. That's a very distinguished name for a very distinguished gentleman. I mean, hey, I would not have known. I would not have remembered. I mean, that's what the cartoon's called. How are you, what else are you supposed to say? Michigan J. Frog. What an interesting name. I love that for him. I'm glad that he has a nice full name. It's a whole government name, that frog. But yeah, I loved that. I used to sing that to myself as a kid, like all the time. I'd be like, hello, my honey, hello, my darling, hello, my friend. I just like over and over on that tiny little clip, that tiny little loop. I feel like we have not seasoned that chicken enough. I'm sorry. I said lemon pepper and then I didn't give it any lemon. And that's just, I'd be remiss. And then of course, because it's lemon pepper, there's that layer of butter and fat at the bottom of the bag, that I love so much. And I do miss about America and like being able to eat whatever. Before I got sick, I miss being like, I'm exhausted. I just worked a huge shift. I'm going to stop by Albertsons and take a chicken home. And then I would get a hot, finished, like, lemon pepper chicken. And I'd lean over my counter in my, like, studio apartment. And I'd grab a fork. And I would just eat the chicken out of the container whole as such until I was full. And then I would shower and go to bed. That feels like a whole nother life. Oof. I don't think people talk enough about how, maybe they don't talk enough about it because it doesn't happen to that many people. When you have like very stark differences between the chapters of your life, obviously that comes with a lot of stress typically, big changes, even if they were all positive, which they are not, even if they were all positive, it'd be a great amount of stress to be under because it's a lot of change. And then I've had a lot of massive changes in my life in a very short amount of time. And it is occurring to me that is probably why I occasionally have like moments where I'm like, what is real? What is real? We love having episodes of derealization. It's cool though. It is what it is. It's cool. I know how to sit with them and wait them out and work through them as much as I, can as a layperson by myself. But I was not prepared for that as a side effect. But when I thought about it, I was like, it makes a lot of sense. Actually, that it makes a lot of sense. It comes with a lot of like long-term stress. I understand. It's like your brain's just trying to deal, it's trying to protect you. But whew, I think about it and I'm like, that wasn't even 3 years ago. Maybe, no, now it was closer to 4 years ago because it was like right before like the pandemic. And then life changed with the pandemic. And then under the pandemic, my life is like during and up to now still has changed so drastically. So much so quickly. I'm like, whoo, I have whiplash. Sometimes it's very weird to be sitting here doing this stream and being like, yeah, I'm doing art stuff, and I haven't done art streams since the beginning of the pandemic on the other platform. And they were very different streams. Obviously, it was a very different setup. I was in a townhouse in El Paso, being paid well, and I was not yet this sick. And then, you know, you get sick, things happen, life changes, and it's like very jarring, especially to think about the last 6 months and 6 months before. That's like the last 12 months. I feel like I settled in very quickly to like, okay, once I got in, once I was no longer like homeless and I like got in to live here, it felt like, okay, yeah, this is a safe place to be. I can stay here. But I'm still so used to being either like housing insecure like I was the entire time in different ways, hopping from place to place, not having a home, and then before that living like on a fucking mattress on the floor in a like mold infested former motel room. And now to be sitting here doing this, la-di-da, so my brain's just like, yeah, I can't put those two things together actually at all. They don't match. And I'm like, yeah, I know they don't match. I know that. There's nothing we can do about that though. Just gotta try to accept that they don't match. But it's very weird. It's a very weird sensation to go through and process. I'm gonna be looking for a therapist here because like if I'm already on health insurance here, which is not free, by the way. Like, this country often lies about health insurance being, it's universal. No. Germany's universal healthcare means that you have to have health insurance. You still have to pay for it a lot, which I can't currently afford, but I had to sign up anyway. So those things will crash together when they do, if they need to, however they do. But if you're not enrolled in health insurance, you can't basically participate in a goddamn thing. You cannot, you need health insurance, or you cannot go to school. You cannot go to university. You cannot sign on to social programs. You need to be enrolled in health insurance. That's what universal health insurance here means. And it means your copays aren't $3,000, or like that you're even without health insurance, which you can get fined for lapses in your fucking health insurance. That's not fun. That's a little scary, not gonna lie. But if I'm already in this system, then I would like to use it. I, however, have been doing the reflection that, like, I liked my last therapist who I had when I lived here. She was lovely. But I'm thinking, and this is also important because, like, as important as it is to find a therapist you click with, you also want to have one that's able to help you with your specific issues. And I don't think that she has exactly the approaches that would help me in this phase of my life. So I'm going to be looking possibly for a new one. And we'll see how that goes. I wanted to make that last wall kind of, I don't know, like I wanted that one to have a bit of a shade to it, maybe to make it look a little bit more three-dimensional. I don't know. Maybe I'll color all of the walls. Maybe that'll make it look more three-dimensional. Who is to say? We shall see. As long as I don't get any gray in the heart. I don't want to mess up the heart, because the heart looks cute. We love feeling like an artiste and blurring pencil with our fingertips and then having lead on our finger. Well, it's not real lead. You know what I mean. Pencil lead on your fingertips. Actually, I think that looks kind of cool. I like that. We're going to erase a little bit around the heart to give it a bit more of like a glow. I really like that. You see? She's kind of cute. I like her. Okay. Been almost an hour. Today's maybe not going to be as long, especially because I do have a headache. But thanks for hanging out. Next week, the lesson says to be the vases faces drawing. This is my biggest fucking weakness. So it might be, in order to get momentum for that I see about collecting some other artists work for inspiration, to see what we can try to draw stuff in their style. I know there's always draw in your style, but I'm like, no, I think I would like to continue experimenting with some cool art styles and see what we can do with the materials that we have. And yeah. And then please remember, of course, it is my birthday month, aka the month of Second Valentine's Day and Pride Month, and I am your local little gender non-conforming dyke. And if you want to support me, you can support me in my merch store. You can support me through those links. Oops, that is the wrong thing. Through the links down there. My Instagram, my TikTok has it's fun. I don't know, fucking not much on the TikTok right now. And my Twitter, which has all of my links down below in the Twitch or up over there. And I think they're up there if it's on YouTube on the VOD. Or you can also check out my Throne wish list if that's something that you could be interested in. You don't have to. I also have a Ko-fi for tips for hiring, for graphic design, for God knows what. So hi, hello. It's been very fun having you guys here. It's nice. Have some pretty nail polish. Matches the book. So yeah, I hope you guys have a really, really great weekend. Actually, now that it's Thursday, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will see you guys